Hi, this is some very sad news, really sad development. Milkha Singh, the legendary Indian sprinter, has passed away at the age of 91 due to complications developed from COVID-19. Remember, he was infected with COVID-19. Milkha Singh, one of India's greatest sporting icons, has died at the age of 91 due to COVID-19 complications. Remember, earlier in the day, um, his condition had turned critical. In fact, on Friday evening, he had developed complications from COVID-19. His complications included fever, and his oxygen saturation level had been dropping steadily. He was in the intensive care unit in the ICU of um, a hospital in Chandigarh. He had COVID-19 last month. He had tested negative, but the complications, he had tested negative a couple of days back on Wednesday. After that, he was shifted to the general ICU in another block of the hospital. Sources at the hospital had said that his condition had turned critical and he was being closely monitored by a team of doctors. This is really sad news. This is Milkha Singh, the legendary Indian sprinter, known as popularly as the Flying Sikh. Remember Milkha Singh's achievements, his colossal status in Indian athletics, in the Indian sporting fraternity. Um, he had been stable before this, before his condition uh, deteriorated further. Earlier in the day, there was a statement from his family which said that Milkha ji, had had a slightly rough day, but the statement said that he was battling away. And just a few minutes ago, we were able to confirm that Milkha Singh, the Flying Sikh, the legend, is no more with us. He has passed away due to complications developed from COVID-19. Sadly, also his wife, Nirmal Kaur, who was 85, had also been affected by the coronavirus, by COVID-19, and she passed away last week on Sunday, in fact, is when Nirmal Kaur, Milkha Singh's wife, passed away. She was, of course, this is Milkha Singh's family's um, a family of renowned sporting talents, and Milkha Singh's wife, Nirmal Kaur, was also a former national women's volleyball team captain. Uh, this is really heartbreaking news, bringing this to you about Milkha Singh. He was admitted at the hospital on the 3rd of June after his oxygen levels had fallen, had dripped, had dropped, and um, he was being before that being treated at the Fortis Hospital in Mohali. That Mohali is where also where Nirbal Kaur, his wife, Milkha Singh's wife, passed away. Remember, of course, it's time to look back also at Milkha Singh's achievement in the world of athletics. He's a four-time Asian Games gold medalist. Milkha Singh in 1958. He was a Commonwealth Games champion in 1958. But of course, he will forever be remembered for his fourth place finish in the 400-meter final of the Rome Olympics in 1960. Milkha Singh has come to be known as the Flying Sikh. Um, he was, of course, honored with the Padma Shri in 1959. He also represented India in the Olympics in 1956 and 1964. Um, this is really sad news to be bringing to you at this hour, but the news is Milkha Singh has passed away due to COVID-19 complications. The PGIMER has issued a statement. In fact, the hospital where Milkha Singh was being treated. I will read out the statement to you. This is the statement from the hospital in Chandigarh, PGIMER, their statement, and I read it out to you. Uh, this is the statement. Legendary Indian sprinter Sri Milkha Singh ji was admitted in the ICU of COVID hospital of PGIMER on 3rd June 2021 and was treated for COVID till 13th June when, after putting up a valiant battle with COVID, Milkha ji tested negative. However, due to post COVID-19 complications, he was shifted out of COVID hospital to medical ICU. Despite best of the efforts by the medical team, Milkha ji could not be retrieved from his critical condition, and after a brave fight, he left for his heavenly abode at 11:30 p.m. on the 18th of June 2021 here at PGI MER. Milkha Singh ji passed away about 1 hour back at the PGI MER in Chandigarh. Professor Jagat Ram, Director PGI MER, expresses his deepest condolences on the sad demise of this most revered sporting icon who will be remembered for his excellent accomplishments on and off the field and his enduring and humane personality. That is a statement from PGI MER, the hospital in Chandigarh where Milkha Singh was treated. Of course, Narendra Modi, the Indian Prime Minister, has also tweeted, in the passing away of Sri Milkha Singh ji, we have lost a colossal sportsperson who captured the nation's imagination and had a special place in the hearts of countless Indians. His inspiring personality endeared himself to millions anguished by his passing away. Of course, this is there will be many more reactions, many more messages of condolences. Um, this is this is the news that we are getting in at this point of time. Is Milkha Singh, how he breathed his last at the PGIMER hospital in Chandigarh, COVID-19 complications. Also, sadly, his wife Nirmal Kaur passed away just a few days back. Um, this is the update. A lot of you are commenting. RIP legend, rest in peace. Yes, he was 91 years. Um, Milkha Singh. This is it's, indeed shocking news. As Sachin Chaudhary is saying, a lot of our prayers are with the family. This is this is really terrible news. It's a sad news. This COVID-19 complications that he developed is what is the update that we have got for you. In fact, we've also got you the statement from PGIMER Hospital in Chandigarh, where uh, he had been treated. Um, this is really sad. If you go back to what I said before, his wife Nirmal Kaur had passed away a few days back. Their son, Milkha Singh and Nirmal Kaur, Sanjeev Milkha Singh, a professional golfer himself, he had tweeted 5 days back about his mother who had passed away, and he had said the Milkha family lost its backbone today. That was when Nirmal Kaur had passed away. He said, Mom taught us to be humble and be good human beings above everything else. We can never thank her enough for everything she did for us and the unconditional love she showered every day. Thank you all for the prayers and kind messages. That was 5 days back when we got news of Nirmal Kaur herself, a renowned athlete and wife of Milkha Singh. This is the end of an era, you'd say in a way, Milkha Singh, but he will forever be remembered for his massive contributions to Indian sports, to Indian athletics, how he's inspired generations and generations of sprinters, runners, athletes, and how um, sporting superstars from from every field, from athletes from every sports have looked up to Milkha Singh, his legend, his folklore, his achievements, and how they have been influenced and inspired by the great man who is no more with us. Uh, this will be a little difficult. This will be very difficult to digest for every sports fan in India, for every Indian. But this is the news that we're getting on Sports Today, that we got you on Sports Today, is that Milkha Singh, age 91, is no more with us. He has died due to COVID-19 complications in Chandigarh. We'll be able to get you more reactions, more messages tomorrow. In fact, even as I speak to you, Harbhajan Singh has tweeted, very sad, heartbreaking to hear Flying Sikh Sardar Milkha Singh ji is no more. Waheguru is a tweet from Harbhajan Singh. In fact, people are just getting information about Milkha Singh. He's that kind of a figure, um, that kind of an influence that he had, not just in athletics, not just with sprinters, but with the sports fraternity all over the country. And of course, he was loved by millions and millions of Indians. That's the that's the update. Lot of messages on Twitter, a lot of messages of respect, tributes pouring in for Milkha Singh, the legend. You heard Prime Minister Modi. You heard the tweet that I read out from Prime Minister Modi. You've heard um, the tweet I read from Harbhajan Singh. There are plenty of messages pouring in. There's an outpouring of messages after after news emerged that Milkha Singh is no more. That is the news that we've given you. In fact, I'm even as I speak to you, I'm trying to figure out who else has reacted because this is late in the night. There is absolute shock. In this is shocking for a lot of people because he had recovered. He had recovered from COVID-19, but the complications that he developed uh, due to the virus eventually resulted in his death in Chandigarh at 11:30 p.m. on the 18th of June, just over an hour ago, just over an hour back. Well, that's the update. Our prayers are with his family. This is tragic. This is really shocking news. But unfortunately, Milkha Singh, he had recovered from COVID, but the complications they were too fatal for him at the end there. That's the update we have for now. We will be back in the morning with more updates. We will, of course, follow. Uh, we will follow up on this, and we will bring to you anything that we come across. And uh, we leave this broadcast on a somber mood with messages of prayers for G. Milkha Singh, his family, and remembering Milkha Singh, what a legend he was, how respected he was, and he forever will be. A legend he is, and he will forever be in our memories and in our hearts. Thank you so much for joining me on this broadcast. May Milkha Singh rest in peace. Thank you.